Hi there. I've been reflecting a lot and exploring a lot about insight with clients and colleagues in the past week or 10 days. And here's one of the things, at least one of the things I've noticed. One is that sometimes human beings look for a particular insight and find themselves frustrated and often baffled by the absence of the insight that they seek. So, for example, you might have it in mind that if you could simply change your eating, it would have a dramatically positive impact on your health. And you really believe this. Research tells you this. Maybe you've done it in the past and had a good experience. You totally behind changing your diet, and yet you keep eating a different way. And possibly the more you look for the motivation, the insight, the clarity to do what you're sure you ought to do, the crappier your eating gets. Or let's take business. Perhaps you're convinced that if you could simply get beyond a limiting belief about money, you would free up the energy, intentionality, and confidence to launch a new program, charge a high price point, and finally get out of the basement financially. And this makes so much sense to you. You're very clear about that. You've maybe even done it in the past. But this time around, you can't quite get your arms around the insight you need or the clarity you need, the breakthrough that you want. Well, here's what I think is going on. True insight is a fresh thought. It's seeing with new eyes. And when we pre-order an insight, the way we might pre-order a pizza, I'll take a large vegetarian, extra olives, hold the onions, fresh tomatoes and spinach on at the end, thank you. Then we have already decided what the content of the insight should be. We've generally already decided what it will feel like when we have the insight we're after. And we know exactly how our lives will change when we get the insight that we've ordered. The only piece we're missing is how to get the bloody insight. But here's the deal. We say we're looking for an insight, but we're not looking for an insight at all. We're looking for a pizza, a mental pizza. We're looking for something we've already thought, already felt, already projected into the future. And there's nothing insightful about that. Meanwhile, life is delivering all kinds of inspiration, possibilities, inklings, nudges, desires, teasers, curiosities that we could be responding to, dancing with, and exploring. But we're all caught up in looking for this pre-ordered, pre-specified insight. The same thing happens when we're looking for clarity or purpose or passion or motivation. We get a preconception going of what it will feel like, what it will produce in us, the kind of changes inside and out that will happen as a result, and how we're going to feel when it happens. And we can't for the life of us understand why this infinite, wise, abundant universe won't deliver us what we've decided we wanted. Missing the point that as part of that infinite, abundant universe, we are always getting a flow of exactly what we need to do what's exactly in front of us. It's just different sometimes than what we have in mind. I'd be very interested in knowing how this lands with you, what insights it wakes up in you, and what questions might be rising up as you watch. Thanks. Take care.